of the 7 habits of highly effective people is begin with the end in mind. Have you ever thought about how do you want to be remembered? What legacy do you want to leave behind? As a sophomore in high school, we are not only asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? But also, how are you going to change this world? I believe that leaving a positive impact on people can last
Dari
for
mulai tato nih.
generations. The example of Martin Luther King Jr. comes to mind with his I Have a Dream legacy. As for me, I want to be remembered for helping others succeed. I want to be remembered as somebody who made a positive difference in the lives of others. Therefore, I decided to live my life the way I want to be remembered. You know, kind of like this guy did. But I anticipate your question. Who is this guy? Well, in 1867, he invented dynamite. A few years later, some journalists, believing in error that he died, published articles titled, "The Merchant of Death is Dead," condemning him for his invention of explosives. He was appalled and decided that he did not want to be remembered as the Merchant of Death. Thus, he funded what is now known as the Nobel Prize, and we associate Alfred Nobel, this guy, with a prize, and not the thousands of deaths he indirectly caused. Granted, this is an extreme example, yet it got me thinking. So far, I did not cause anyone any harm. However, I've been quite absorbed, focused, and self-centered, and therefore, I did not help anyone either. This realization hit me when I was entrusted with a position of leadership as head boy in my high school. It fit my personality to engage in a servant-type leadership style, and I looked for ways to serve. Based on a need in my school, I volunteered to offer tutoring lessons to students younger than me that were willing to fill some knowledge gaps or to just get better. We all know it is more blessed to give than to receive. Yet, I did not realize that teaching others can be quite challenging, as I had to slow down and repeat concepts. I would be spent after a 1-hour session. In time, I applied a process I call FLIP, or FLIP, which can be used for tutoring, making friends, and influencing people. Here it is. F is for fellowship. I always aim to learn more about my students, their hobbies, interests, etc. As in, seek first to understand, and then to be understood. L is for learning, since this was also a learning experience for me. According to the saying, as iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. You learn best when you teach. Think, win, win. I is for imitation. I was taught by excellent teachers. Therefore, I synergized and decided to employ the best practices my teachers also applied on me. P is for patience, which is something one needs a lot of when teaching, as I realized I cannot rush things. I decided to share this process with my school, and proactively, assisted by others, I contacted teachers to inquire about students who needed help. Then I looked for high schoolers who are willing to teach. So I became a sort of a matchmaker and put them together. I plan to implement this matchmaking process as one of the tasks for the future head boy or girl to oversee. So this process would continue even after I am no longer there, as a sort of a legacy. To conclude, only when I was in a teacher's shoes, I learned to appreciate my teachers even more. I used the knowledge they gave me and applied their best practices when I taught others. So, I want to take this opportunity to thank my teachers. I am so grateful to each and every one of you for encouraging, supporting, loving, listening, following, and cheering me on along the way. This will not go to waste, as I will pass it forward to others just as you did to me. Thank you.